Hey guys, thanks for ordering your 2-rack wall-mounted version. And again, this accommodates either stand-up paddleboards or kayaks. And when you get your box, this is what's going to be in it. So you're going to see 2 sets of arms, the 2 backers, 4 pads for the arms, and a little bag full of goodies, your screws, your tie-down rope, and your how to assemble, which I'm sure you've already found. So, all right, let's go through this. It's really, really easy. So inside, it's going to come with some screws, and you're going to find 2 different lengths. Let's just separate those. Okay, so we've got the longer 2.5s. There should be 8 of those, and 16 of the 1.5 inch. Okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do is using a cordless drill or a plug-in drill with a number 2 square bit or Robinson bit. That's all we need to assemble. It's super, super easy. So let me lay this out for you. So it comes in 2 sets, so A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. So what we're going to do is set this up on a flat surface, like a picnic table or a workbench. It works the best, or even on the floor will work as well. So let's find those parts. Okay, so this one here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's set that up on this side. And this one is A, B, C. So we'll set this on this side. Okay, now on the end of the arms, you can see 2B and 3C. So let's get B and C together. And 2 and 3 together. Okay, so the bottom arm, if you look right here, is number 2. You see it right there? And on the end of here, number 2. Just match the numbers, just like that. Okay, see how that's laying on there? Really simple. And then we'll take the other one, which is number 3. Slide that under, just like so. And a couple things you want to make sure is that it sits nice and flat on that support and is nice and tight in the back. Now, everything here is pre-drilled, you can see. So all you're doing is tightening up these, and that's it. It's very, very simple. So just take your time, lay it all out first. Okay, I think what we're gonna do first is let's grab those long ones. The long ones are great for going in the back to give it even more structure. And the shorter ones for in here, because we don't want them popping out of the back side of the arm. Okay? So we'll grab a long one. Again, the holes are pre-drilled. Might be a little dark for you to see there, but you see the hole, it's already pre-drilled, right? So all I'm going to do is hold everything nice and tight and just drive that straight in. There we go. Actually, it is nice to work off the edge of a bench too. It's a bit easier. Okay, let's put one more in. Again, just hold that nice and tight. And just snug it up. You'll feel everything kind of tighten up. Again, hold that nice and tight. You saw how that opened up, but just keep drilling. It'll eventually tighten itself right back up. Okay, so there's the back. Okay, now we're going to go to the shorter ones. Oh, I was just thinking, I think I said there was only 8 of these. There's actually 12 of these. Sorry. Because at the very end, we're going to put a long one in that little support. See right there? We'll do that at the very, very end. That squeezes that nice and tight. So we'll save that to the last step. Okay, let's do these little shorties. Now, before I tighten that up, do you see how there's just a little bit of a gap here? This stuff's a little flexible, so you can tighten that up like that and drive that in. It's all pre-drilled. That's the beauty of this material. You just drive that screw right in, no problem. let's double check. So we got those screwed. In from the back is done. The only one left is this little support. And I find the easiest way to do this is just turn it up on its side like that. Then you can be sure this is all lined up nice and straight. And this is going straight in like this. So and again, keep applying pressure until this tightens up nice and snug. That's it. So, okay, so let me just show you that. So that is, again, 2 spaces, stand-up paddleboards or kayaks. And this is just one side. Now we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. I won't show you because that's kind of redundant. But I also want to point out on here something that's kind of neat is we pre-drilled a hole here at the top and down here and supplied you with some really heavy-duty nylon tethered rope. And that way, you know, if you've got your crafts on here and you want a little safety line, you can go over the top down to here. That just holds them in place. And also, just real quickly while we got this out, these are just a simple little pad with a slit in them. But I'll tell you, they work like a charm. You see how they go on. Cut those to length. They're a little oversized, but you can put a stand-up paddleboard on there for padding or for a kayak. All right. Now you're probably thinking, how the heck do I fasten this to a wall? Okay, so there's a lot of different variables, and it's hard for us to send the right fastener for your application. So I think it's best for me to describe a few ways to do it, and then you pick the appropriate method that works for you. Head to your local hardware store to pick up the proper hardware. So again, the beauty of this material is that you can drill straight through it. Now, you can also pre-drill, so if you want to pre-drill a smaller hole as a pilot hole, you can do that as well. The nice thing is this doesn't crack or split. You just want to make sure that when you're fastening, you don't go right to the very edge, right? You want to bring your fastener down. And my suggestion is probably 2 places on here. You're going to put one down a little bit here, and then come up from the bottom to about here, roughly. Okay, so 2 heavy-duty fasteners. Now, depending on what kind of wall you're going into, if you're going into a strong, thick plywood wall, you can use pretty much any type of fastener for that. Or you might be going into a post, maybe a 4x4 upright post, and you can, again, use the same kind of fastener. Or you may want to try to do a leg bolt straight through. Let me show you some examples of different hardware. This is just a standard deck screw. Now they come in obviously different lengths, number 2 bit, number 2 Robertson bit, with a washer on it. So again, this is strong enough for any application. And again, you're drilling it straight through into not drywall, not something soft. You want to make sure you ideally could hit a stud in a wall, would be perfect, or a thick plywood, you know, or you might have heavy wood siding on a boathouse. That'll work. Okay, that'll work there. If you want it to be even more heavy duty, this is a leg screw, same kind of idea, just massive, right? So this is not going anywhere. So I mean, that's a great option if you're okay with buying that. Again, a little bit bigger, so you may want to pre-drill a smaller hole for this to get threaded into. Okay. One of our personal favorites, these are pretty cool. These are called structural screws. They're basically like a heavy-duty version of the wood screw. But this replaces something as heavy as this. It's pretty amazing. Now they come with a very unique hexagonal head on it, so you have to make sure you get the right bit for this. And they're typically, these things aren't too cheap, but they do a great job. And with a cordless drill and the right bit, you don't have to pre-drill. You can just power that sucker straight through into a stud, plywood, solid wood walls, upright post. 2 of those. Works great. So again, pick the right fastener for your application. I wanted to show you this too. This is basically like a leg bolt that goes straight through. You may have a 4x4 post and you want to go straight through, tighten it on the other side. That works well. Now, something kind of unique about this is set up for 2, but you might have 3 or might even have 4 paddle boards or kayaks. And the cool thing with this setup is they're designed to be stacked. So 1, 2, you buy one set, you're good for 2. If you buy 2 sets, you're good for 4 units. You can take the same unit, set it directly on top of this flat, and do the exact same thing. So you can have 4 stacked above each other. So again, a lot more versatile, and yeah, it does the trick. So again, thanks again for purchasing from us. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email or drop us a line. We're always available to talk to our customers. Great, thanks.